Welcome to Still Plays. Technically, this shirt is a dark blue and the Grand Arena uniform is a black shirt, but I'm doing laundry right now. This is Grand Arena, the final match of Week 1, Season 70, and right now, things are going pretty well. This has been a strong start with our return to YouTube. We have won the previous match. We are now 2-0 for the week. But we did get a little lucky up against our opponent Lobot here, because Lobot, he one-shot my squads. Took them all down without any issue, and he had terrible mods. You can take a look at the video. He may have had the worst mods I've ever confronted, but this is a testament to the weakness of my defense right now. I need to keep a lot for offense. I am missing a critical defensive team in Ray that I hope to rectify, but Fleets won it for us. Leviathan held. He couldn't take it out with what he had left, and it didn't matter how efficient I played it at this stage, and as long as I cleared, I would win, and we did what we needed to do. You can see like I was not particularly efficient here. We will be next week though, slightly more efficient. There's some calls here that I won't be making again next week, like that Cadme team. I forgot one of my counters, preferring an older counter that is a little riskier. Our final opponent of the week, Jagged Rusto. Similar GP, 100k more than me. Got 30 more Zetas, 10, 11 more Amis, 9 Geo player, only 24-ish relics, more relics. That relic distribution is all over the place. A lot of tier 3, a lot of tier 1. So when we're looking at the tier 7, 8, and 9s, I'm a little better. I've got more tier 7, more 8s. He has one more tier 9. We're basically even at 9, and I've got the higher end advantage. That's meaningful. So a lot of that relic strength he has is distributed at the lower ends. Looking at the mods, he's a well-modded player, but no, actually not really. He's got a good top 25 average, so he does have some strong mods, but you look at this depth, it falls off quick. He's only got 9 25 plus speed mods. I've got 54. I have 40, 45-ish more, whatever, than him. 20 plus speed mods. He's only got 100. I've got 200 more than him. 15 plus mods, practically double. Datacron's middling. The GLs all look a little slow. Ami's here. We're not going to spend as much time here, and does not have dash, but neither do I. He's got a slower Star Killer, slower Wampa, incorrectly modded, slow Savage, slow Afra, slow Qui-Gon, slow Swallow. Everybody's pretty slow here. Yeah, Baudelaire. He's got a faster Bane. And we're looking at triple Amis on most characters, no Crosshair or Fugitive. For the most part. Okay. Yeah, I mean he's got more Amis, he's gonna have more there, but things are looking fine. Looking at the quality of his modding, we're gonna be looking for Exile. Exile's at 297, just under the 300 speed mark. See if he's got better mods than my last opponent. I would hope so. Where are you at, Exile? Right there. So weak mods. He's got, what, 24, 28? Actually, Piet's his last one. He's got 26 characters, and I've got basically double the characters at 300 speed at like 50 something to 60 something. We might be having one of those days where the camera refuses to stay focused. We'll see. Yeah, come on, man. Let's check out this defense. We're playing early today. So this is all unchanged for me. These are just the teams that I'm going to have unavailable to my roster. And all right, there we go. Nothing that spectacular. Really, the Inquisitors are going to be probably the toughest team on my defense. So we're looking at SLKR, Jabba, Third Sister, Ahsoka. So he's going all out on defense. Okay, so we got Rey, Vader, Gungans, Mon Mothma. Maybe I want to plan this out, because we're probably going to do like Baudelaire up against Lord Vader, SLKR up against Rey. I think we got a scout. SLKR up against Rey, that's going to put me with Leia versus Ahsoka. JMK up against SLKR, Wampa, Jabba. And what did we do up against? Well, then we can do like Sith Eternal Emperor up against Sith Eternal Emperor up against the Inquisitors. Yeah, let's just start with Wampa, because we're definitely doing that. That's just... Oh wait, no, Wampa can take out SLKR, right? Am I remembering that right? So maybe we gotta think about this. We got options. The history is not particularly helpful because he's made a ton of changes. He's overhauled his defense because of all the new crons. He's on top of things. Let's start with the Gungans, because that one is definitively going to be handled in a straightforward way. Nothing's changed with this counter. Actually, I took this team off. You need to stay focused. If we ever get to a point where this channel starts paying for itself a little bit, that is something we'll be investing in. But right now, this thing buys me a cup of coffee every couple months. Okay. Let's see here. I just don't care. Let's just go ahead. Let's jump to full screen, get started. Okay. Let's see if we get lucky with the drains. We get 3. One of them was guaranteed because of the debuff. Target the shield generator. Looks like audio's looking fine. Keep with the shield generator. Well, maybe I should have saved the dispel, but whatever. Get pain on a... Ooh, don't you die on me, please. They're gonna kill Scion? I don't like this. Don't die. Please don't die. Alright, let's isolate. Okay, you're dead now. Okay. Which cron are you using? Tarpals, okay. Let's increase. I guess that increase didn't do anything. Alright, we're gonna target here. Get a bunch of stacks of what's it called? Loyal Hand, okay. This should take out the generator. Now, let's take out... I think we'll take out Jar Jar. I'm gonna target Tarpals, I think. Alright, we're knocking out Jar Jar. Because without him, this team is very quickly kind of nothing. Although Boss Nass is a viable option. Okay. Next Savage turn. Oh, I guess we can just take him out now. Dispel the buffs. We're done. Okay, let's cover some nonsense. What are we covering? We talked a lot about Fantastic Four last video. Do I want to say more about it? I guess what I didn't say is, like, I still liked it. I gave it a 7 out of 10, which for me is about the bottom of a movie I like. Like a 6 for me is a movie that I think is good, but I'm not really into. A 7 is a movie that I like, but is flawed. And 8's like, I really like this movie, but it's got some issues. 9, we're getting to a pretty close to perfect movie, and then 10's a perfect movie. Which, I have a letterbox where you can check out some of this stuff. I try to be pretty strict about how I evaluate these things. Alright, where are we at? I think we're going to play it the way that I talked it through. Even if we have other ways we can approach it, this is a way I know we're not going to get in trouble. I'm looking at his back wall. There could be GLs back there, but I don't think there's going to be. And the route that I have specified is going to put us in a situation where I don't think we get in trouble. Everything should be working. So this is Rebels, Rolo. What kind of Ami situation? Alright, you got Scorch, but not CX2. Alright, we hit the days. I need to make a list of the topics I want to talk. One of the things I want to talk about is this Ryan Reynolds? No, Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie. These are things I would have talked about months ago had I been current on videos. So even though I would have loved to have put Armor Shred onto Scorch, I wasn't going to gamble that Scorch survives until his next turn. Okay. Alright. Some good hit. Come on, get there. Do I think a basic does it? I'm going to go with the Shred, but I'm going to save them. Well, I guess we don't need to save him. Whatever. Doesn't matter. He's dead. Because with the Rolocron, we're getting mass assist anyway, so it's not like we need to save it. Alright, but we're going after Lord Vader now. I need a Dispel. Okay, Shred. Perfect. I want to get that healing Ah! That's kind of the one you don't want to lose. You know what? I should have did the AoE, because then we would have cleansed at least some of these demons. Even though the dots come back. Losing Grogu hurts. Or is that's still come back? Or is that a different Ami? I think I should have done the mass assist with Bo. I didn't think about the Dispel, that I would want it. I was focused on Grogu providing that. Okay. I mean, we won, but it's... Could we got some banners out of this? More banners? Alright, we have no oh no, we do have 3 Beskar. I was looking for the other symbol. I should have given away some Beskar. Awesome. Awesome. Great. So 2 down. Exile, we got, yeah, this is going to be SLKR. We're not messing around with this. How secure do I feel about this battle? I guess is this the first time we're facing a Resistance Kron this week on Rey? At least a good one. It's actually commendable for my opponent, where despite the fact that he has like a small amount of level 9 Datacrons, he has good ones and appropriate ones, whereas like yesterday's opponent has a stupid amount of Datacrons like I do. Like I had what, 50? Can I pull it up? Do we still have it on screen? I had oh no, not 50, 34. So I have 59 crons overall, 34 level 9s. which is useless. There's no point in doing it. Well, there's one point in doing it, but I can't actually use them all. So they're not doing much for my roster other than the extra stats. What I like, the reason I like to do it is I've got the crystals for the refreshes, and I can pay it forward to the next set, which allows me to develop the next set faster. And that to me is why I do it. Otherwise, things just take a little bit longer. You have fewer resources. You need to refresh more to build up your next set quickly. So I just think of it as just like a pay it forward kind of scenario where I'm investing in future Datacron sets. All right, let us freeze exile. Okay, so they got the Scav Ray Crun. Let me look at this one because I just re-rolled to get this, and I want to see how they're doing it. Maybe I want to do something similar. Okay. Let's go with the Retribution. You know what? Let's stun Scav Ray. We'll shock over here. Alright, there's a trigger. We'll trigger Exile. And now let's work on triggering Ray. Oh, take him out. I will also accept that. Alright, everybody's triggered. Let's just start taking down the Inspired. Well, we can't because she's damage immunity. Fine. Alright, we're just working on alts then. Okay, so they're gone. Let's work on Exile. Okay. We gotta turn until that's necessary. Let's get the stun. A little basic. Alright, now we're gonna do it. What? Fine. Okay, there we go. Good. Which puts me where? Okay, Mon Mothma we'll worry about later. Plenty of ways we can handle that. Let's do this straight. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do a harder one. Okay, so we got Galactic Republic. Let's not accidentally unplug anything. I gotta update all my presets. They're so outdated. Okay, make sure I'm doing everything right. I've been rusty coming back. I've made a couple just sloppy mistakes. All right, now start calling in all this stuff. The big thing we got to remember with an opponent like this is he is slow. What? Let's just go with this. I don't feel like we needed to heal yet or do more protection up. And I think that helps us with the alt anyway. Fine. Let's go with the Dispel. Alright, so we take some hits. They targeted the right place. Let's just do the special. Alright, we got shock, alts. Where am I on the charge? 87. We got time. We're gonna fully charge. Okay. All right. Where are you at? Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, ultimate. Now you're going to be out of stealth. Calling some assists. Okay, Sith Trooper down. Cat, you gotta take your turn. This is taking too long. Okay. Don't, come on, man. Okay. She's gone. We're good. We'll hit auto in a second, I think. And we'll get to what I wanted to say about the Star Wars Starfighter movie. Because I do pay a lot of attention to like the trades and about some like the rumors of what the stories are. And if that's, I guess if that's something you don't like, skip to the end of this battle. Because I'll probably wrap up what... why did I do that? See, this is what happens when I talk. Jeez. Not that it mattered. That's basic. Are you out of your stance? No. Alright. I'll do it in a second. I just want to manage this while he's invulnerable. Can I land the healing immunity? No. Okay. Fine. Come on. 59 seconds. Okay. Yeah, so, what was I going to say? So, last Starfighter trades... the rumors of what the story is about is that it is going to be the Starfighter comes across like a young Jedi and he has to save them, which, if you know your tropes, that is the lone wolf and cub trope, otherwise known as the Mandalorian and Grogu, or The Last of Us, or any number of different shows and things, because that apparently is the only story that Disney is capable, especially Lucasfilm, is capable of telling these days. And it is lazy and uninteresting, and I really wish these people didn't feel like they needed to go with these formulaic, basic stories. Because if that is the route that they're trying to go with this movie, it's gonna be terrible. We don't need it anymore. Like, the Acolyte had problems, but I liked that it was trying things. If you're somebody who's interested in getting into like film editing, I think it would be a great project for you. I gotta fix this camera again. Yeah, so it would be a great project for you to take the Acolyte and edit that down to a movie. Really, you could do that with a number of the Lucasfilm shows, but there's a good movie in there. Like I've talked about in the past, I'm not going to go over all of it right now, but just for like for instance, those flashback episodes were not worth a flashback episode. What they talked about was fine, but it was worth 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can cut that all out. Or I've talked about in the past, you take that episode where they are walking through the jungle, where I don't remember the characters' names anymore, but they're walking through the jungle. She's with the Jason guy from The Good Place, and I've derailed myself. They're walking through the jungle, and nothing's really happening in that episode either. Splice those two episodes together. You intercut them. as they're going through. There's a way to make a very smart movie that would have felt a ton better than what we got. Then, and I think it's in there. It's an interesting premise. It's an interesting idea, and I wish they wouldn't have canceled it. Like they haven't canceled Kenobi. We're probably never going to get anything about it again. But Disney has not been announcing cancellations, but they did with The Acolyte, which was weird. They did it very quickly. Yeah, so it's these kinds of things where I hate how Lucasfilm is operating. They're making, it's just producer brain. It's when you don't trust creative people to do something. It's why I'm very excited about what James Gunn is doing with DC, because he trusts writers and creative people to do a good idea. What happens when producers are in too much charge of the creative process is they do safe things. They think there's a formula to success, but what you really see is audience will respond to a good story. Even if they don't do it financially in the theater, those movies will eventually find an audience. Like Solo has been completely rehabilitated. One thing I would encourage you guys to do is watch the New Mutants movie. That's a good movie. But for whatever reason, because it was COVID, because the movie had this disastrous production where it was released years after it was filmed, people got it in their head that it was terrible. And then everybody just started being lemmings and echoing each other and just saying, this is a terrible movie, New Mutants is terrible and unwatchable. No, it's not. I like it. Like, it's not perfect. It's another 7, but it's worth a watch. I really like the New Mutants. There's a lot of interesting things going on there, and it doesn't devolve into the lazy, like, boss battle at the end like most Marvel movies do. Rant over. We'll have other rants coming up. This is what I really feel like this channel's about. Me ranting about the stuff that I want to rant about. Because I don't want to make a video essay. I don't think I'm that guy. I think what it is, I can't sustain the attention to do something like that. I would love to, like, it's what I did, like, when I was ranking chicken sandwiches during the height of the chicken sandwich wars. That was great. Do I want to do that all the time? Of course not. Wait, let's make sure I'm not doing stupid things. Okay, we're good. Alright. Now, this squad is slow enough where, even though I would like my Wampa to be faster so I could get his protection up a little faster, I think we're going to be fine. Because really, we just got to get to the protect. Ooh, that Greedo is dangerous. That turn meter removal. Ooh. Okay, so there's a good Wamp. Or Swap. Come on. Ooh! That was awesome. And unexpected. God, this is a fun crowd. Just fun. Alright, what's left? Ahsoka and I mean, we could probably go. Well, we don't have a Balin Kron anymore. How confident do I feel like we could Balin this? Because without Exile, you can take a number of, like, if we had Baudelaire still, we could take Baudelaire up against this Ahsoka. But I don't feel like the Balin ones. I like to have a little help. I don't feel like that's a guarantee. And we got Mon Mothma here. Let's just check out the back wall before we paint ourselves into a corner. Right now I'm kind of feeling like CLS. Because I don't want to do gas in case there's Cadme on the back wall. So they're going to recover a little bit of health. Yeah, I think we're going to do this. And I don't want to do Scythia Empire because of the back wall potentially. There's not a good Kron. So we could do protection up, debuff on an enemy expires. Oh, that's resistance allies, which is only like C3PO. I think I might want this protection up unless we wanted the max health. I think I'd rather. Let's do the protection up. That's also survivability. So you get protection, health, steal. No, the other Kron's better. Where? Oh, okay, it was this one. We get crit damage, potency, health, steal. Yeah, I like the stats. We're going with it. Although, do I use Kelleran for anything right now? Is he on defense? Alright, let's stun Katarn. I don't like how this is going so far. Okay. I don't know. This isn't how I usually do this, so I'm not sure how I want to play it even. I guess we could just take out Cara Dune. I should have just stayed focused on Cara Dune. Okay, AoE. Awesome. We're good. At least I hope so. I don't like these healing immunities. Alright, now we can focus on this rebel trooper for a bit without having to worry about anything. Is that healing immunity or is it health down? Alright, we're good. I overthought that. Way overthought. Alright, what you got for me on the back? Yeah, this is why we saved gas right here. Okay, there you are. Let's take out Arc Trooper. Bring in Krex. And Clone Trooper Crowns. We got one for 5s that I don't really think does much. I gotta go check on my laundry in a minute. Alright, let's call the assist. AoE. Okay. Form up. Everybody's about to take a turn. Let's not waste it. Plus there's debuffs coming. Okay, another AoE. We are... I'm gonna wait a turn. I want POW to go before I do it. Yeah, right there. That's why we waited. Because I knew POW had that AoE in him, because this guy's modding is slow. POW like should have gone earlier. Okay. Now we can form up, right? Where's everybody's turns? Form up. Dispel. calling in gas for the assist. Okay. Awesome. Down. And we have an aerial advantage coming. Oh no, because like cooldown manipulation. Fine. Can we please take him out before? Awesome. Aerial advantage, and we can take her out. Boom. We're good. All right, let's get back to nonsense. Where do we want to? Oh no! I forgot about Barris. Oh jeez, it's wasting so much time. They're all gonna come back. I forgot about Barris and her Kron. This is a disaster on my part. This is just. Oh wait, no, because I have 5 Never mind, we're fine. I forgot that gas is gonna stop the revives. We're good. We're fine. This is why you bring gas. Oh, jeez, to counteract that stuff. This was important and valuable. Okay. See, we were smart. It's nice to be smart. Okay, is there a way I like to play this Kellerin? Finn, we're gonna do Sith Empire, like... I don't even know what this Rose Crown does. What does it do? So, Dauntless Bravery, don't know what that is. Inflict expose on the target enemy for 2 turns. Shock prod, stun, use a basic, expose, dispel buffs, recover, whatever. That's gonna do nothing to Melgus. Where are you at, dog? Right? That looks good. Alright. Yeah. Let's do that. There's like nothing left in this cup. Alright, I like to go after Finn if I can. Awesome. And that's why we do it. Because this is... They're largely neutralized now completely. I'm gonna go after Finn because he's just gonna taunt, and then I'm gonna be stuck behind him. But we can probably just auto from here. All right, so we covered that stuff. I'm behind on shows. Are we not ready? Did we talk much about Superman? I know I talked around Superman. I do have a thought on Superman. Just what good writing looks like, and why this is why James Gunn is so good at what he does. Let's let's think. We're gonna Rebel. We're gonna Leia, see Bane, and then we can JMO, right? I think that sounds good. So C, Bane, Dark Side, whatever. Let's just grab one. I don't think it matters. Mainly grabbing stats. I didn't even see what the stats were. Maybe we could have found some survivability or some potency. Maybe, I don't know. I think just some survivability would have been nice. Let us AoE. I want to start stacking the, what's it called? Siphon. But increasing cooldowns is always nice. Alright, we will link 3rd and 7th. That's what I should have done in the last match. I got a comment about it, and the guy was completely correct. Just kind of wasn't thinking. But we also weren't using Bane in that battle. It was much more important in that battle than this one. Do we care about anything right now? No, it's basic. Okay, so Superman. This is what I want to talk about. the earned moments that James Gunn has. So you take this scene, the interdimensional being scene, which could be Mr. McYezbitalik, because he is an interdimensional being, but that didn't look like it. He can generate things. He could have generated something. But whatever it was or is, during that scene, that's the moment where Superman is talking about what is like caring is punk rock. That moment, you have him seeding a period, seeding an idea, which is really like thematically the main theme of the movie. All right, let's AoE here. Then you go to the farm, and on the farm you have another moment where he's alluding to the previous scene, because you have the posters on the wall. Now you're meeting the family. You're seeing all these things, but these are also very strong character development scenes where you're seeing who Lois is. You are seeing the specifics. I've talked about this like with friends and other people so much that I'm just having deja vu for the moment. Let's auto. So you have these character building moments where you're showing, okay, Lois. So you have Lois establishing her. She's smart. She's a little bit more indie and counterculture. She thinks about these things. Clark is more mainstream. That stuff is fine. And you have this like snobby elitism that when I was younger, I was quite guilty of. I would have been the Lois. Now, let's grab here. I don't think we need to be too careful. That sounds fine. All this sounds fine. I would like to up the relics on Kanan, or maybe we just put somebody else in. But none of this is a big deal. So you have those moments. Alright. I'm just thinking for a second. I think we're fine. We're gonna go with with the conflagration. He will ability block, get an assist. What's your turn meter at? You almost at full turn meter. I'm actually... I'm going to throw this here. She's probably going to take a turn before we can do what we need to on it. But putting it on Sabine kind of felt like a waste, but maybe it wouldn't have been. Alright. Alright, ambushed. Now we're going to focus where we should have been, which is on all these other characters. We should really take out Fulcrum while we can. Alright, Fulcrum's down. This should be Padawan. Oh my god, can you just go down? Alright, fine. Let's take out Syndulla. Already having ambush on Ahsoka is nice. Really neutralizes her a little bit while we're still working on taking out the sides. Okay. Come on. Yeah, let's AoE, more ambushing. Alright, that gets us to 2, 5, done. Huyang 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good. Conflagration. Probably auto from here, but we're gonna manage it until Huyang's gone. Okay, now auto. Yeah, so now then with Superman, you have the scene against Luthor, but really it's about the final scene of the movie. He's seeded all these moments. And then the last scene of the movie, you have Gary ask Clark, do you want to see some footage of your family? He says yes. And then you get teddy bears with Iggy Pop playing punk rock, and then the footage of his family. Like, that's an earned moment. That's seeding the themes, telling you what the movie's about, and then landing the movie with that major emotional point. That was just, that's what filmmaking is. That's what you don't get from a lot of these Marvel movies. Like, how many, and it's something that Gunn does all the time. Like, he did it with Suicide Squad. Like, one of the earned moments with Suicide Squad is the javelin. You just have Harley dragging this javelin around for the entire movie. It's not doing anything, and then she finally gets her moment where she uses the javelin. Or Polka Dot Man with his mother, building up to that latest moment where he is a superhero. Like, these are the things that Gunn does. He builds characters, and it's great stuff. Superman wasn't a perfect movie. Like, it was a little thin, and we didn't get enough from like Guy Gardner or Hawkwoman for these earned moments. So for me, like, Superman's like an 8 out of 10. I like it quite a bit. It's not approaching perfection though. It's not a 9, but it's a good movie. And I'm definitely going to be rewatching it, which I'm not going to be doing with Fantastic. Well, I'll watch it once probably. Although as I get older, the amount of movies to rewatch just gets bigger and bigger. Okay, we're going to jam all this and just be done with it. Ooh, Lord Vader. Let's do Lord Vader. That's more fun. Ah, jeez. Clones, Disguise, Scorch is at Relic 3 right now for the week. He's at Relic 5 now in my roster, but that's for next week. Okay. We AoE. I think I'm gonna make another coffee and grab my laundry before we do Fleet. I need to understand that mechanic better, because it surprises me every time. I never expect it to be happening. It's always a pleasant surprise, but I gotta know this stuff better. Okay. I think we might go 3-0 this week. I'm feeling pretty good. But I think I'm going to post this before I know the result of the match. Because I don't really feel like waiting. I'm feeling good. Yeah, let's save it a turn. Yeah, let's work on getting, Order 66. Alt, AoE, ability block everybody. That's why we waited a turn. Keep going after. So is it just Order 66 and it's Disguise turn and it goes away? So like I can be focused on like Deepa right now and just waiting on Disguised turn, and he just dies. Okay. I'll look at the kit a little bit more, make sure I understand the specifics. Because we can be more efficient in my play if I understand. Alright, I'm going to go handle a couple things and we'll return. I don't know why I'm telling you like I'm not going to have an edit here. Alright, we got Negotiator, Piet, Radis. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, where was I? We're going to do Endurance here. Right? I mean, technically we could gamble with the Scythe. We'll do no, let's think about this. Profundity Negotiator. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Yeah, I know how I want to play. Endurance here, Profundity Negotiator, Chimera up against the Ranish. Make sure we choose the right one of these. You guys didn't get to see it, but during like a month ago or something in one of those matches, I grabbed the wrong preset. I was so mad at myself. If you want to dig around my history, you'll be able to see that match. I don't think we need it. Let's save the banners. Right? Marauder, 5s, Rex. Yeah, okay, we're good. And let's not make the mistake we did in round 1, where I did the wrong move on the wrong turn. Let's sit up straight. Let's be serious and an adult. All right, 5s basic. Yes. Capital ship. We're taunting onto Rex. Marauder. We're AoEing, putting Valor up. Goodbye, Rex. All right, Valor. Ooh, I do not like how this is going. Alright, 5s, we're doing a basic. And now we are bringing out Ebon Hawk. They've already got the contract. They've already got their payout. So what's the point of Ebon Hawk at this point? We don't need Chaff. I think we skip it. We're gonna call an audible. And we're going Anakin. We're going to go basic because the basic does more damage. Alright, they're going to get a taunt. I'm going to get an AoE. Hopefully we're going to take out... Perfect. Okay. And it's not the best. Because we're probably going to have to clean this up. But at this stage... Basically, like we're in a situation where we're gonna be fine. Let's heal up. Awesome. AoE. We're gonna bring out low, get turn meter. Yeah, let's do a big hit. Get the target lock. Can we please take out? Yes. Alright. Houndstooth down. Mass assist. I'm gonna throw a taunt. You know what? Let's throw it on Flo. You've done your job. Now you can sacrifice yourself. Ooh, that's scary. That's so scary. Let's go with let's go with this. Can I have the alt? We still have protection up from the alt. Okay. What do I want? I'm gonna go with this because of the dispel. I just want to get rid of these buffs. Boom. Alright, we're good. Let's see if we can keep him alive. It'll be good for a banner. Where did I put my coffee? Just made that. You guys should see my peanut butter budget. I discovered, it's been like 2 years now, I discovered peanut butter lattes and it's ruined me. I just make them constantly. They're delicious. Okay. Profundity, yes. Yeah. And let's not make the mistake I made, I think, last round, where I was talking and not targeting the right ships. Because I think it was last round. I started attacking Anakin because I was talking about something, probably Fantastic Four. But I just want to stay focused on the tank, get the tank out of there so we're not stuck and wasting my attacks getting them pulled in different directions. Okay, this one is the Dispel, right? Dispel. What? Dispel Abyss. And no, it was the what? Why did I do that? I knew it was the other one. Whatever, it's fine. Cass. Let's hit this protection disruption, but we can't bring in our friend. You know what? Let's just take him out. Whatever. Alright, heal. We got a taunt. One thing I'm looking forward to in the next Superman movie is Gunn got super lucky casting Hawkwoman as Isabella Merced. Because I get the impression that he had no idea what he had in her. And he cast her, got her to a contract probably on the cheap for the star she's become since. Because Last of Us Season 2, she's exploded. She pops off the screen. She is awesome. She's a star. And she hasn't been getting like big roles, but she's been popping up a lot. Like she's in Alien Romulus 2 in this smaller role. Like if Alien Romulus was done now, Isabella Merced's the lead instead of a side character. So I am really looking forward to seeing what happens with Hawkwoman. Where's the Hawk Girl? I forget if it's Hawkwoman or girl. But she had like nothing in the movie. That would never happen now. Where were you at, Chimera? Alright. That looks good. Because this works really good. This works really well because of all the dispels. So, do I want to do it right now? I think we're fine. We're going to bring out the Defender, and we're going to stun. And we're going to use the Dispel from the Bomber. because deflector shield messes up the Radis. Or dispelling deflector shield messes up the Radis, because the ultimate's completely dependent on them having deflector shield up. And if you're removing deflector shield, they can't get to the ultimate, which really neutralizes this fleet. Plus, he has the massive mistake of having comeuppance on the starting line, which I just noticed, and that just completely messes up the comeuppance, because the comeuppance isn't actually that good of a ship. It's only good because of how strong its reinforcement ability is. You can largely, like, once it's on the field, you can largely ignore it, because its ability to call that mass assist, like, what this fleet would need is another way to apply exposes, or there is another way to apply exposes. To apply exposes in another AoE expose, because what happens too much is the exposes are used up before it's the comeuppance's turn, which prevents it from ever able to call a second mass assist. Now, it's usually not necessary because the battle's over, but you can see the opportunities for future changes to the fleet. All right. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Like, let's look at his history. Like, looking at his history, 5v5, we're looking at pretty low. 1818 is a high mark. One thing we should keep in mind is, okay, 1834, 1854, 1837. Well, yeah. It could happen. I think the odds are in my favor, though, to the point where we're just going to call it, and I'm going to post this video, or at least have it ready to post for early tomorrow. So unless he does something before I go to bed tonight, we're not cutting a different outro. And I'm going to feel good about going 3-0 this week, which is a pretty nice start to our YouTube return, to start this strong, emphatically. And we'll have other videos coming. I want to get at least a talk video out between the two Grand Arena seasons, and we do have some roster videos on the way. Thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays. Galaxy of Heroes.